Creating images. From living a life of awareness. When we're in public to fit in and be accepted, we often present an image of ourselves that we think others wish to see. This image reflects who we think we're supposed to be and how we think we're supposed to act. In reality, this image exists only in your mind. Trying to live up to that image only leads to suffering. That's the problem with pursuing images. They're illusionary, and they can only take us away from the truth of who we really are. As Jesus said in the Gospel of Thomas, when you take off all your clothes and stomp on them, only then will you know heaven on earth. It wasn't our literal clothes that Jesus was talking about, but the images we have created for ourselves. To practice this meditation, notice when you present yourself to others in a way that is not how you really are. While you can still make a choice to do this, especially if it is for the benefit of the other person, the point is to be conscious of that choice. When it's not benefiting you or the other person, drop your image and be who you are. Good advice. Hey, Austin, I see that you popped in here. Thanks for tuning in for a minute here. I don't plan to be on here real long. I just thought, the other day, I just did a short afternoon stream and I just played the drums a little bit. And then like yesterday, I think I did a stream was it yesterday? I streamed for a little while yesterday. It was, I think, in the morning. And I streamed for a little while, but a little over an hour, I think, yesterday. Today, I don't have any time limit, but I'm just going to try to keep it pretty short. Just touch base with anybody that hadn't caught me in a little while. I kind of didn't really do a whole lot as far as streaming for earlier in the week, or even, I don't remember, but being consistent at videos. And I'm also taking care of the second channel a little more, with trying to make some stuff about my comics and shit. Hopefully when I get that thing that clamps to my table and it holds the phone and it's got a lamp on it where you can get the phone set looking down at whatever it is you're trying to show off, whether it's a book, a comic, whatever it is you're tinkering with. And I'm going to try to be doing that. It's bothering me that this light, I'm going to try to, that light right there behind me is, maybe I can just turn that off. Yeah. And I'm also thinking about, at some point, I think I'm going to move this table that I sit at into the middle of the floor again, so that there will be a wall behind me, and I want to decorate that wall. So that I'm thinking about what can I do to make it more appeasing to the eye when I'm making videos stationary and not me walking around, or I'm doing a live stream. Like, you're not just seeing some random whatever. So, matter of fact, it's that wall right there that I want to move I'm going to end up moving the table back in front of. Now, I might not keep it that way, but take that poster down. I do like owls and everything. That dartboard is pretty cool, and because it is the Mandalorian symbol, Star Wars, I'm a big fan of. So I'll probably keep that up on the wall, but what I'm thinking is some cool, interesting posters of something I'm into, whether that be a comic book poster or... I really don't know. I hadn't figured it out. I figure I'll find out something. I might even just find a really cool banner that'll cover the whole space that's got a cool symbol or something on it. And just because I put one thing up there, I figure once I get it situated and think that's going to work, I can periodically just be looking for different things. Like, first get something up there where it looks good, run with that for a little while, and then be looking for other things to, from time to time, take whatever I put up, bring it down, and put new stuff up. Keep the background changed up, Just things. I mean, I like to keep it simple, but if I can make it fun for myself And it might look better when I'm recording or doing lives. Why not? It's not going to hurt me. It'll give me something to do, which will be a process. I'll have to kind of like all it takes is me moving a few things around here in the living room. Like I don't really have to clean the table off. I can just scoot it over. I'm just going to have to move what's would be in my way right there, and it'll probably come over to this part of the. I know that's kind of boring, but it's good to see you in the chat, and so, but, and I wasn't playing real hard on like if you were there for a second, I didn't play these real hard. Of course, I never do. It is a kid's kit, and Mike Maranetha, thank the Lord to him. Or I'm very grateful to have a friend like him, and he had this sent, a while back. It's a little more than beating on a bucket, so I'm just gonna. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna say? No wait. Where am I going in life? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna say? Who would I say it to? Okay. Enough of that. And the reason I say that is right before I started, like my neighbor sitting on her porch, and I know it's in the middle of the day, but I don't want to like disturb nobody. This little kid ain't that loud, but I don't want to, disturb anyone. So, but I had been reading from a meditation from Living a Life Awareness when you tuned in. It looks like we might have lost signal here, but hey, if you're not still there, it was much appreciated that you did stop by and say hi. I didn't even think to ask you to hit the like button, so a lot of times I'm not thinking about that. Looking at this here, where Capital One had took me to court and won it, so now the collection agency's starting to send me the letters. They have the rights to be collecting it now. Anyway, I don't mean to laugh like that, but it's just part of life. And that goes in the trash can. Oh. Have you been doing all right, Austin? And I'm not quite sure if I'm not. I mean, I don't know why it would. Like, I knew an Austin, and I'm not saying it's you, but I don't remember his last name. But I used to be friends with an Austin in North Carolina. We used to follow each other on Facebook. But of course, that was back then. And then even last year when I did have Facebook, it got hacked and everything. Like the most recent account I had. So I have not been back on Facebook or Instagram in over a year about. Because the accounts got hacked, I never did recover them. You got to go through a process to try to do that. And the only one that I regret kind of like not having is Instagram. I had a lot of good friends there, or I felt like they were good friends. And they were part of the toy community, but there were some people part of the music community and some other things. But I really don't care to be part of, like, affiliated in any way with the Meta. But heck, I'm on YouTube, and that's affiliated with Google. Unfortunately, if I'm going to have an online presence, I got to use some of the things that you have to use to be able to reach people. And I do want, I do have a Rumble account, and I've got a few videos over there, but I just recently started kind of trying to do it again. I need to start trying to get some people to subscribe over there and see. I don't know what it takes to go live, but I could do some live streams over there where we could maybe talk about certain topics that you can't necessarily talk about over here, or just see if I wanted to do that. It's good to have it created in case I have any trouble here on YouTube, though. I go live some on X, but I haven't done that a lot for a while until just yesterday or the other day I started again. I try to do something a little different over there. Like X is more lax, so If I'm live over there, I'm usually smoking a little more and talking a little more openly about some things that maybe I don't talk about on the channel. But yeah, it's looking like you might be having you might be having trouble connecting. I don't know. It popped back up and it disappeared again. But I was just meaning when I saw your name and I've seen you in the comments or in the chat before, it makes me think about the Austin that I did actually know that I'd met in Morganton. Well, I mean, it's not so far-fetched to think that you could be that person too, though. There's a few friends from Morganton that, like Barry Hooks. Sometimes he's caught a live stream before, and he's also watched some of. I ain't seen him in no comments in a while, but what up, Tank? Tank. This ain't this might not be too interested. I don't know. It's just I did just title it solo short stream, Friday afternoon. It's going pretty good, man. I just chose I didn't pop in with Restream because I don't know if I'm going to be on here long, and the last few times I've used the Restream and then I'll share it, and then I ain't really reached out to nobody to see if they wanted to even join. I just kind of share it onto X, and then I put in the comments the link for Restream. But today, I was like, why don't I just use the YouTube app? And I was like, I'll just kind of go with my feeling right now. Yeah, most of my streams are just hanging out and just talking about whatever. But because I know you through the comic book community, while you're in here, if you're taking a break at work, you might have seen the pictures, but I'm excited eventually to get into this. That's a big hoss of the collection. Truthfully, back then in the day when these were coming out, the Rogue Troopers and stuff, I can't tell you that I really ever owned them, but I'm a big fan of the, 2000 AD, big Judge Dredd friend. I mean, friend. Huge Judge Dredd fan. And as I've been looking, a while back, like a few weeks ago or whenever it was last month, that I got like 9 different used copies of different Judge Dredd, going through those, and I'm like, Rogue Trooper. I mean, that's badass. Looked it up. It's it's got a good cult following. A lot of people really like it. I'm like, it just looked awesome. And I read the pretense of it. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get this shit, Found that on eBay. And, of course, just kind of showing you something that you might be actually, something fun. A good spider squashing book. Oh, yeah, which I have the newest heavy metal that they did, and the first issue was released a few months ago. I did get that, and it's okay, but it ain't quite. I'm on the fence if I'm going to get the second issue, and I even seen some people do a video on it. It's like, it's pretty good, but it's kind of there's some stuff that's like, okay, I don't know. I remember the people in the videos talking that what they're trying to do with the revamp is probably not going to last or be long. It's not going to have longevity is what they were predicting. But yeah, the old issues, man, you can't beat those old heavy metals, man. I really love the anthology style, where there's multiple stories in a book. Now, of course, some of the issues of the comics I have, they're not the big issues. They're the small issues done by Quality Comics or Fleetway. And I believe they were just licensing it from 2000 AD, weren't they? Because 2000 AD originally, most of their stuff's all big. And I've got one of the big magazines style, and it's a collection of however many stories there was on the Give me a second and I'll get it real quick, just because since we're talking about it. Move. God darn it. Move, baby. Oh. Move. And for anybody else watching that is just tuning in or just here, well, if anybody's watched my channel long enough, they know that I do have a love for comic books and stuff like that. And if you don't know about my second channel, you can go and you can go sign up. You can go subscribe to Crowd's Thoughts. We're like at 105 subscribers over there, but that's where I'm doing most of anything about. It's mostly shorts, but I've got something coming in soon where I can do overhead views of the comic books and have the light shining on it and the phone attached to it. I'm going to be able to start doing, like, I'm sitting at my table and showing you the book and going through some of the pages and talking about it. But this is what I was talking about before you get back to work. Self-destruct. I almost hit you up, Destruct, to see if you might want to do something. And I just went ahead and went live through the YouTube app solo right now. But my configuring was, if somebody pops up and is interested, because I didn't intend to stay on very long right now. But if it was something you might be interested in, we could fire up a stream on this. I could end this here in a little bit. But that was what I was showing you, that I do have big size from 2000 AD. And because I'm long overdue actually firing up a stream on the second channel exclusive to the second channel. I did stream a stream last week that I was talking about comics and someone joined me towards the end. I streamed it to the second channel also. But I need to do a stream where I'm just on my second channel, and I'd like to have somebody come on that wants to talk about comics. And we'll just kind of start off at least talking about comics. And also, it'll be to celebrate that it's over 100 subscribers on there. Yeah, like, look at this. This is almost like an Eddie. Look at that. I'm going to have to reread this again. But that does, I forgot that there's like a character that he runs across that definitely reminds me of Eddie. I like these bigger books anyway. I'm going to start trying to find some of the old issues of Judge Jet. Like, you can find them on eBay. I'm going to start ordering some of the bigger old 2000 AD books. They're not, I mean, depending on the condition and what it is. Look at this. That's just fucking, his guns are like big, badass, like, just like, send you to heaven shit, you know? And he's fighting this like weird alien, like, top mutant creature or something. Tank said he's on break from work right now. So actually, but I was actually speaking to you, Rev, but because I'd seen you posting and talking in the DM group. This is badass. Look, he shot the dude. Anyway, I appreciate anybody stopping by, especially you, Tank. You know, it's not like, sometimes I try to watch you some, and sometimes I miss it, or at the time I see that you're on, I'm like, you know how it is. That's that newest, when they relaunched Heavy Metal, though. Grabbing a coffin nail and a slice of coffee. Let's put that, oh wait, I can't, yeah, you know, like when I have like even with a bare face, I do look younger. And I just did that because it was time. Like, I just was going through that time. What I'm not liking, Tank, is some of the art. There's a few stories in here that are newer, and it's Tarna from the movie. And I mean, she looks like herself, but there's something about that particular style that's just not appealing to me. Like, it looks okay. It's probably one of the better ones. There's another story in here where I really just absolutely hate. Like, this one's actually not bad. So I will say that's now that a second look at it, it's okay. It wasn't bad, just boring. Are you talking about this book? So you have it. If that's what like I enjoyed this almost kind of. What the second issue? Is it already? Is it? Can I already order it? I know at some point it was still just up for pre-order. If that's what you're talking about. Okay, so yeah, okay, I didn't know. Okay, I got what you, yeah, the second story. Yeah, especially the second Tarna story. I've got two separate books that came out, so many years ago. They did a couple of different separate Tarna stories by two different publishers and stuff. And I think what I have is the collected ones, but I have two different ones that were pretty good. Like trying to pull them out right now. I'm not going to get up and mess with that. Like, I think you probably, if you're a fan, I mean, obviously you are, you probably know what I'm talking about. There was one of them a little bit better than the other one. One was kind of I want to say it was kind of an origin story. It was like interesting. It wasn't too bad. But also, sometimes some things like it didn't ruin it. It was pretty decent, but sometimes it's cool to just not know all the background of somebody's the character. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what. So you were talking about the first story. You were agreeing with like that. There's one of them where I didn't like the art so much. That particular art was okay, but neither one of the stories I thought it was like it was a lit down. Now there's some cool stuff in this, but I believe that's some of the stuff that's reprinted from some of the older issues, isn't it? Like some of the ones that really stand out, I think, are some of the older ones that are just put in there for nostalgia reasons. I can't remember. But that would be cool sometime. Once I get everything fired up, like I said, I don't know if we'll end up doing anything today, but I don't. I'm assuming that Rev is not. Rev, if you're still there, right? It was like I didn't hate it. I was really. I guess I had more expectations of it, and it just kind of. So that's why I was saying, and I guess you might agree. I don't know if I necessarily want the second issue. Like, I was hoping this would be so good you couldn't question. You just had to get the next one. Oh, okay. There's some good shit in it. I mean, and like you can get. I mean, it's all of like $15, I believe. Like, I'd done like a pre-order thing. I didn't back it. But they did have it for pre-order, and I ordered it through an eBay shop on pre-order, and then within that first week of it being released, it was mailed out to me. So it was like $15 plus shipping. So I didn't end up paying like $25, but hell, for the size book and how many stories you get and everything, it's damn, and it's really good quality. So it is worth. If you just want to check it out, it's not that. I think it's a pretty good. But like I said, even at $15, if I was to be able to buy the second issue from a actual store when it sits out, if it is, well, if I was able to find it in the store and look at it first, I might go ahead and grab it. So, yeah, more than likely, I probably won't continue on getting the new ones. It'd be better. I'd rather go and find lots on eBay of the. What's he saying? Once we get fired up, ain't nothing stopping us. Okay, so $25 all in isn't bad for an indie book these days. No, it's not. But I was just saying, comparatively, I didn't mind getting that because it's a lot more than a lot of your a lot of crowdfunding, like I'm seeing a lot of crowdfunders fall in under 60 pages and stuff, which is fine. I mean, because people that are independent need, it's like, it ain't like they're some big fucking, I was just meaning comparatively, I was like, well, hell, it's going to cost me as much as if I back somebody or get something from somebody I know. And just, realizing it was going to have like a lot of different, I don't remember how many pages, but 100 something pages. I was like, damn. Of course, it's, even though it was a backing thing. But yeah, you're right. I just hate that I can't back. Like a lot of times, I end up buying stuff after the fact once a campaign's finished and they fulfill it. But usually you have like so many copies that you sell on your eBay store or your own website. I'll end up picking up something just because realistically, there's so much to pick from. It's like. But I don't think anybody faults anybody for that because we live in a world where you have to be tight unless you're just fucking rich. Oh. See, what time is it? Let me look. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, it's just 2:44. Let's see. Yeah, here in a minute, I'll end this here shortly, and then I'll hit you up. Or I guess we'll just destruct. Now, hardly, if we do it on my second channel, we're likely not to get anybody watch us, but I figure I'm in a pretty good mood, and why not just do it? We don't even have to stream real long. We can just get on there and shoot the shit about some comic books and stuff, destruct, and if we talk about anything else, that's fine too. But I wanted to just kind of, like maybe this won't be the official stream that I'm going to do as far as like, oh yeah, we're celebrating over 100 and blah, 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 blah. I do want to set something up where I can schedule it and like we know a couple of days ahead we're going to do it. So a few people can maybe plan to come see, Well, I thought you said you were working. So, Tank, are you saying if I end this stream and I set up what I'm talking about here, it'd take a few minutes. I got to end it, and then I'm going to go in and set something up through Restream for the second channel, Grey Cloud's Thoughts. And I'd be glad to DM you the link, just like I will Destruct once I get it set up. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know a lot. Hey, that sounds like it'd be fucking awesome. Destruct, you down for that? And if Destruct, Tank, even if there's nobody watching, dude, it'll still be fun. And Destruct knows how it has to work for me on a phone. But if we want to share a link to your channel or anything, if he's with us, he can do it. Like anybody that's on there with me can do that through their computer if they want to. You know what I'm saying? For me to copy the links and try to do it on my phone. Anyway, I don't think you're too worried about that right now. Let me end this, and I will send you both the link, okay? Well, okay, Destruct. I'll DM you right now. Let me just go ahead and this. I'll, 10 or 15, what are you saying, like in 10 or 15 minutes? Yeah, I'll set it up for like, what time let me set it up. I'll set it for like 3 or 3:05, a little bit after 3 my time. I'm in Central Time Zone. I don't know what you're in, Tank. Yeah, let me set it for about 15 minutes from now. Once I get it set up, I'll send y'all a link, and then we'll just figure it out. I'll stay on at least an hour, Destruct, but we'll just figure it out. We'll just roll with it however long, man. It'll be fun. I'll see you in a minute, or I'll talk to you in just a second. Anybody else that is watching, thanks for watching. And I don't know who is. I know 2 of y'all guys, but we have a third set of eyes. If you're watching and you're subscribed to my second channel, be looking for another stream to be popping up here in about 15 or 20 minutes. And I'll have some guests, and we're going to fucking talk about comics, okay? We might talk about something else, but we're going to start off talking about comics. Love you guys. Ditto, ditto, ditto. That's my way of saying I love you, if you didn't know, Tank.